Hi everyone, welcome to today's Current Affairs Daily Notes. Today's topic is Blue Economy. I'm Ritvisha from GKToday and let us begin. What is Blue Economy? Blue Economy refers to marine-based sustainable economic development which leads to improved human well-being and social equity while significantly reducing environmental risks and ecological scarcities. The concept was introduced by Gunter Pauli in his 2010 book, The Blue Economy 10 Years, 100 Innovations, 100 Million Jobs. It is the sustainable use of ocean resources for economic growth, improved livelihoods and jobs, and ocean ecosystem health. It advocates the greening of ocean development, strategies for higher productivity, and conservation of oceans' health. So why are we reading about it now? Why is it in the news? Recently, the first global conference on sustainable blue economy was held on 26 to 28 November of 2018 in Nairobi, Kenya. Seychelles recently launched the sovereign blue bonds. So what are blue bonds? It is a debt instrument issued by governments, development banks, etc. to raise capital from investors to finance marine and ocean-based projects. It will help in expansion of marine protected areas, improved governance of priority fisheries, and the development of the Seychelles blue economy. So what all does blue economy encompass? As you can see on the left side of the screen, it has 6 basic properties. So it helps in these sectors. In case of renewable energy, sustainable marine energy can play a vital role in social and economic development. In case of fisheries, sustainable fisheries can generate more revenue, more fish, and help restore fish stocks. Similarly, in case of maritime transport, over 80% of international goods traded are transported by sea. In case of tourism, ocean and coastal tourism can bring jobs and economic growth. Oceans are also an important carbon sink which store blue carbon and help mitigate climate change. And better waste management on land can help oceans recover. Blue economy emphasizes on integration of development of ocean economy with social inclusion, environmental sustainability combined with innovative business model. This is reflected in Sustainable Development Goal SDG 14, which calls to conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Why do we need blue economy? What is the need for it? Now, oceans cover 3/4 of the Earth's surface, contain 97% of Earth's water, and represent 99% of the living area on the planet. Oceans protect biodiversity, keep the planet cool, and absorb about 30% of global carbon dioxide emissions. At least 3 to 5% of global GDP is derived from oceans. Blue economy, through sustainable use of oceans, has great potential for boosting the economic growth by providing opportunities for income generation and jobs, etc. It can support food security and diversification to address new resources for energy, new drugs, valuable chemicals, protein food, deep sea minerals, security, etc. But of course, there are challenges. So what are these challenges? One challenge is threat of seaborne terror, piracy and armed robbery, maritime terrorism, illicit trade in crude oil, arms, drugs and human trafficking, and smuggling of contraband, and many more are threats that the oceans face. So these have to be taken care of. Similarly, natural disasters are also there. Every year, tsunamis, cyclones, hurricanes, typhoons, etc. leave thousands of people stranded and property worth millions destroyed. There are also man-made problems such as oil spills, climate change, continue to risk the stability of the maritime domain. There is an impact of climate change on our oceans and seas as well. Changes in sea temperature, acidity threaten marine life, habitats and communities that depend on them. Marine pollution, which is usually man-made in the form of excess nutrients from untreated sewerage, agricultural runoff and marine debris such as plastics, etc. also pollute oceans. Overexploitation of marine resources such as illegal, unreported and unregulated extraction of marine resources also put a stress on them. So what is the form of blue economy in India at the moment? What is the situation? So blue economy presents India with an unprecedented opportunity to meet its national socio-economic objectives as well as strengthen connectivity with neighbors. Blue economy can help in focusing on livelihood generation, achieving energy security, building ecological resilience, and improving health and living standards of coastal communities. Blue economy would reinforce and strengthen the efforts of the Indian government as it strives to achieve the SDGs of hunger and poverty eradication, along with sustainable use of marine resources by 2030. India has a long coastline of 7,517 kilometers, covering 9 states and 2 union territories, with an exclusive economic zone of 2.02 million square kilometers. Marine services sector could serve as backbone of its blue economy and help India become $10 trillion economy by 2022. Indian Ocean is a major conduit of trade with as much as 80% of global oil trade happening through it. Better connectivity in region will significantly cut the transport costs and maritime wastage of resources, making the trade sustainable and cost effective. What has India done towards a blue economy till now? The Sagarmala project is one example, which is the strategic initiative for port-led development through the extensive use of IT-enabled services for modernization of ports. India has an umbrella scheme by the name of OSMART, which aims at regulated use of oceans, marine resources for sustainable development. Integrated coastal zone management focuses on conservation of coastal and marine resources and improving livelihood opportunities for coastal communities, etc. Development of coastal economic zones under Sagarmala would become a microcosm of blue economy wherein industries and townships that depend on the sea will contribute to global trade. India has a national fisheries policy for promoting blue growth initiatives which focus on sustainable utilization of fisheries wealth from the marine and other aquatic sources. What more can we do? India should look to adopt the Gandhian approach of balancing economic benefits with sustainability for meeting the broader goals of growth, employment generation, equity and protection of environment. India must focus on marine ICTs and transport and communication services and the creation of a knowledge hub for marine research and development. An effective response to mechanism to address humanitarian crises and natural disasters should be made for the evolving Indian ocean security strategy. India should not look at its ocean as just water bodies, but as global stage for continued economic, social and cultural dialogue. Now let us move to possible questions that may be asked. Which one of the following is India's initiative at blue economic development? The options are Narmada project, Sagarmala project, Mahi project and none of the above. We have just studied. The correct answer is Sagarmala project. Which is not covered in blue economy? A. Tourism, B. Renewable energy, C. Rainwater harvesting, D. Fisheries. And we have already studied that renewable energy, fisheries, maritime transport, tourism, climate change and waste management are a part of it, which means the only one in these options which is not is rainwater harvesting. Now, that's all for this video. If you want to read more about blue economy, simply follow our link in the description below. And if you liked our efforts, please do like, share and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.